Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to replace the battery on this DELL Inspiron 5570. Okay, so we're going to be using a JIS1 screwdriver, and we're going to just remove all the screws from the bottom. It looks like some screws are already missing, and these corner ones appear to hold themselves in place. Okay, you want to keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. So some of them do actually come out, but most of these right now are just staying in place. Okay, if you want to remove the CD drive, you only need to remove this one screw. Then you can go ahead, I use my fingernail and go like that, like sliding it as I pull, and it wiggles it out, just like that. There are some screws hidden under here. Again, you want to keep all the screws in order because they are different size, shape, and length. The way I do that, I put them flat side down, oops, like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. And that way I can put them back exactly where I got them. Okay, this is very important, again, because different size, shape, and lengths. If you put the wrong ones in the wrong spot, you can actually damage your computer. Right? If this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Okay, so we got a few more here. Again, this laptop is missing a bunch of screws, so keep that in mind. Yours is going to have all these screws that are missing, or should. Okay. Alright, once we get all those screws out, we're going to go ahead and pop this up. Usually these screws that stay in place, they help pop the cover out, so I can use my fingernails here where it kind of popped it out a little and then pull it up. I use my thumb to push down and pull up with my fingers here. Okay, then we just continue working our way around, doing the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna go around and do these as well. So this one should also be popped up a little bit from this screw. And then this, you gotta pull the stuff out slightly this direction, okay, to help pop it up. Then continue working your way around. Alright, just like that. This way. And same thing, it helps to kind of have fingernails so you can get in between the little groove of the bottom cover and the palm rest area. Alright, just like that, and just like this, and keep working your way around. Alright, once you get all of it up, the back here gets stuck a little bit, so you might have to like hold it down here, and then you kind of wiggle this as you pull. Okay, kind of wiggle it, come on. This side's still stuck quite a bit. Oh, I think this popped back down. Okay, there we go. And then, again, probably have to kind of wiggle. You can also grab in here in the CD drive slot and kind of wiggle it as you pull it. Come on, why does it not want to come out? There we go, okay. Okay, so there we go. We got the bottom cover off. It's a little dusty, so I'll clean that a little bit. The main thing we needed is just to get the battery out, so yeah, I need to take this out and dust it because it's pretty dusty. So I'm gonna use a toothbrush, loosen up the dust, and then use an electric blower to get all the rest of the dust out. Alright, let me do that and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. So we cleaned it up a bit. Alright, dusted it off. Okay, now only thing we're doing here is replacing the battery. So this battery can be a little bit tricky, but let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so they put, oops, I need to move the screws out of my way, give me a second. Okay, there we go. Alright, so battery has a few screws holding it down, so we're going to remove that first. If you're wondering, the battery model number is here, WDX0R. I'll actually pull it out and give you a close-up look. And I've actually worked on this model several times. So if you're wondering all the components and everything, I have other videos showing that. Okay. So I'm not really going to show that, especially since I have my customer waiting outside. Okay. Alright, then we lift this up and we can kind of swing this over a little bit. Alright, what we're going to do I use my fingernails on the wings of this battery connector, and I kind of just wiggle it as I pull, and there you go, it pops out just like that. Okay, and you can see the other connectors under here. Again, I'm not going to be working on those. This also has an M.2 NVMe SSD, I believe. Right? Actually, there's a SATA SSD. I'm assuming it would support NVMe as well, but I'm not going to mess with that to try. Okay, so now that we got this out, and you can see here the battery model number, WDX0R, we're going to transfer over this cable to the new battery. So you grab this, okay, and then you kind of just wiggle it. You want to try and grab as close as you can to the connector, okay, and then you wiggle as you pull, and there we go. Okay, battery comes out just like that. We'll set the old battery aside and get the replacement one. Okay. So the replacement one's on plastic here. Okay, so here's the replacement battery. Got this brand. This is the actually Ninja Bat Pro. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pop this connector back in. Just grab that and push that in. It helps to kind of, again, if you can, use fingernails at the edges of the connector. So you have like here and here where you can kind of push it. If not, just try and grab and use your finger to push on the plastic. Don't push on the cable here. You want to actually be pushing on the plastic itself. Okay. Alright, and there we go. Okay, so we got the battery connector in, and now we just got to put it back together. So same thing, just kind of get it all lined up. Okay, make sure the connector lines up right. Make sure you're not plugging it in upside down. You want these metal pins facing down. Okay, and then line it up and pinch this back into place. You want to try and go in evenly. Don't go in crooked, because otherwise you'll bend the pins inside the connector. Okay, line up the battery. Looks good. We'll just get those 4 screws back in. Very simple, straightforward. This battery also acts as the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery. So when you go to power it back on, keep that in mind. It's going to take a while to start back up because the BIOS is going to be reset. Okay. Alright. Now that we got all 4 screws in, let's zoom back out. Okay. And then we'll just put the bottom cover back on and everything. Pretty simple, straightforward. Oh, actually, there's a BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery here. This one you have to push slightly down and then you can pry it out. So, okay, it shouldn't reset the BIOS. Alright, there we go. We're going to clip all this back down. I'm pushing with my palm. Then make sure to get this clip back in. Clip all of that back in. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to just get all these screws back down. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Of course, don't forget the optical drive or CD drive. You can actually also replace that with a hard drive adapter if you wanted to. You can actually put a hard drive in its place if you don't really use CDs. Okay. And this is the thinner. I forgot the thickness measurement. I think it's like a 9 point something millimeter, 9.5 millimeter or something. And then you can transfer this bracket and then this faceplate to the new one. All right. Anyways, let's get all these screws back in. Uh-oh, my cat's like, yes, Venus? Huh? Okay, let's get all of this back in. Okay, a few more screws. Let's get the CD drive back in. Side of the way. Okay. This one screw is for the CD drive here. Okay. And yeah, other than getting all the screws back in, that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making videos for a living. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. We'll power this up one time just to make sure it's working okay, and then we should be good. Hopefully the battery had enough charge on it that we can power it up. Flip this over, open it up, make sure everything's clipped, looks good, and we'll power it on. Looks like they changed their screen, but they didn't peel off the film here. But there you go. Alright, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.